Iman Gadzhi, who's famous for running a 9-figure personal brand business, just released the blueprint behind his business. It shows the flows between all of his social media channels and how that funnels into a thriving ecosystem where he monetizes. Today, we're going to talk about what that involves, what's in it, and if you're someone that's trying to monetize and build your personal brand, this is the perfect video for you because it's going to break down every individual part of a high earner and his ecosystem so you can see how they do it and implement it into your systems as well. So make sure you watch from beginning to end to see the entire flow from his social media channels, from the first time somebody views, all the way until the end where they convert into a paying customer. All right, so let's talk about it. Okay, so this is Iman Gadzhi's personal brand playbook. So with this, a good way to break this down so it's not as confusing to look at is on the left side is where he has his physical product ventures. So like the glasses or the energy drink. And on the right side of this is his social media ventures. And his social media, all the different platforms that he uses for social media is where I think he shines. So we're going to have more of an emphasis on that. But this is where he has the start or where he says it begins. Personally, I think that a lot of people are in this spot right here working on their social media to push out their brand. And the reason why he put this up here is because these are the appearances that he does with other creators, other podcasters, other more public appearances. And they pull content from this to put onto the other platforms, which we'll get into in a little bit. So when he does these media appearances, these big media appearances would give a lot of different context and content that his editors and his team can break down and put into all these platforms. And you can see that it links first to short form. And short form is the best way right now to reach a ton of people without having to spend on advertisement. So what he essentially has is a lot of these editors come up with tons of different cuts and edits about him, about what he says, quotes that he uses, moments that he has, and that goes into these short form pages. For example, we'll start with Instagram. Instagram, he has these pages like Iman G Clips, Iman Gadzhi Reels, Iman G Clips again, and then that would eventually push towards that main brand of Iman Gadzhi. So these pages aren't out to monetize, but it's to push towards that one main page. And you can see it here. It says follow Iman's main account, official Reels of Iman, follow his main account. And then that pushes to this. This is the main account, where this main account would eventually push to the other parts of the funnel. So let's also look at YouTube Shorts and then TikTok as well. And then we'll move on to the middle of the funnel. So on the YouTube Shorts part, it's also the same thing, but obviously edited in a way that's more fitting towards YouTube. So here he has the Iman Gadzhi Shorts page, best of Iman Gadzhi. Also, there's links to digital sovereignty here. But the main goal of it is to push towards the bigger main account where people are feeling more in touch with the ecosystem that he has. So from here, you can see there is the short videos that he's making here, a couple other short videos, and then that pushes towards the main YouTube page. Now, we can also go back to TikTok, which is also the other short form videos that he's making. And then on TikTok here, same thing, making shorts, edited in the way that fits towards TikTok, tries to go as viral as possible, gets as many people to edit as possible. So that's why you can, if you go on to any of these platforms, there's a lot of different Iman pages that cuts out the reels and shorts and has different types of edits to get as much attention as possible to push towards the main account. So from the main account, you can see here, it says each short form account links back to the main account. Also, he shows the 300 monthly impressions or 300 million monthly impressions is essentially what all of these different pages have from all these different platforms. And all of these impressions get pushed towards that main account. So it's essentially like you're doing advertisement for these main accounts. And these short form videos are pushing all of the reach towards the main account where eventually these main accounts will do the sale. Now, once people are on these main accounts or following these main accounts, like Iman Gadzhi's Instagram and Iman Gadzhi's TikTok, Real Iman Gadzhi, this could potentially also drive towards another page that he has. This is the page that is called Talk with Iman. He's purposely keeping this one small so that it's more catered towards an audience that's ready to buy his agency content stuff. So you can see here it's qualified audience looking specifically for agency content. So from here, he'll only post agency content stuff about starting an agency, whereas the other stuff is more general, is more broad. Here, you can see the examples that he has. What do you think about drop shipping, Q&As? And this one's like, hey, I might send you a DM with a care package, which is essentially a way to say, hey, I'm going to send you a DM with a potential lead magnet that leads you to the main sales page of whatever he's launching, right? So here's also an Ask Me Anything. These are just posts that he's doing on this page. Eventually, this page is leading them into this DM setting process. So you might see a lot of pages that are like, they make a post and they're like, hey, comment this and I'll send you so-and-so. So you comment and then they'll send you a guide, and this eventually opens up a conversation. So from here, it opens up the conversation. If people are interested, then, well, I guess it says here, the SDR setting process, sales development rep setting process. And if people are interested, it goes down into their sales process where they can schedule a talk or a discussion to see if it's like a fit to potentially download the program or buy the program or join whichever program that he has for sale. And here it shows that would lead to different setters. These setters are people that are setting the appointments, and then these setters could potentially close them as well. They meet these setters, they talk, and if they close, then it's cash collected. And so this part of the funnel closes, he makes a sale, and then they go on into the rest of the product that he's offering. Now, for the other two, the Instagram people and the TikTok people, potentially they might also go there, but if not, then they'll go into the YouTube ecosystem, or they stay on this ecosystem, on those platforms like TikTok and Instagram until eventually they convert into this system. But if not, and they want to know a bit further, then they can go into YouTube as well. So with the YouTube, where that leads to is this funnel down here. And then he wrote here, this is just a show, or he's showing how he started off with where back in the day, it was exclusive ad content, so social media marketing agency content, before going more broad. Now his channel is a lot more broad, but they each have a different role in the channel. So if we look here, he mentions there is growth content and there is nurture content. And if you go in a bit closer, you can see here, growth content is stuff that's very general and applicable to a lot of different people. So here it's like 7 productivity hacks that made me a millionaire, 7 AI tools that will make you rich. Whereas his other content, the nurture content, is stuff like about a supercar, which is bringing people into his brand a bit more, day in the life of a young millionaire, bringing people more into his brand. And then eventually, when people are in the brand, they get led down into something like this. And this part of the funnel is where he has his video sales letters, which is essentially driving people towards a future purchase. Now, a lot of those other videos as well, he doesn't spend time pushing traffic off of the platform. It's actually, what he mentions is that he tries to keep people on the platform as long as possible, because YouTube favors that and they want people to have a longer session time while they're watching your videos. So if they watch one of your videos, the algorithm favors a creator that can make that person watch another one of those videos and keep them on the YouTube platform as long as possible. So from there, his descriptions are actually just pushing everybody towards a certain single video. So you can see these all lead to this video. So these are snippets from descriptions of his videos, and they lead towards this video. It's boring, but will make even beginner millionaires by 2024. And this is the sales videos that he does. So back in the day, people would have a sale in every single one of their video, but people these days are more privy to that. They don't like getting sold to all the time. And also the algorithm doesn't like when you're pushing people outside of their platform. So now he's playing in the algorithm's game, and he's also bringing people to something that could eventually convert them and have a higher quality video too for this video sales letter. Because when you bring people into one video, and your one video could be produced and well made and done professionally versus just a single sit down and recorded video, it could be one, well planned out and thought out, that takes people through the cycle or the sales funnel a lot better. And two, it could be produced in a way that's a lot better, like a more high production value. Because it doesn't make sense if I were to go out and rent a couple cars just to film a 10-minute video. But if I were to have a video that I know is going to be a video sales letter that a lot of people are going to get funneled into, then it makes sense if I go out, I rent a expensive car, I rent a villa, or I rent something big to record that one video, because a lot of different videos are pushing towards that one video. So from there, this is a digital launchpad. I guess this leads to selling digital launchpad. So yeah, okay. So from there, once they watch this and they're interested in wanting to know what else, they can click on this link to go to the sales page of Digital Launchpad, which is to launch your high-income career. Now, if they're on this page, they could also sign up for different types of marketing. Here, he mentions WhatsApp. They also have a whole flow on WhatsApp when people try to buy, when they don't buy or whatnot, how they come back to it, and what happens with email signups and everything. This is all part of their sales process. And it shows, like, for example, here, if they sent a message, if that message isn't followed up, what happens? Or maybe if that triggers one thing and they don't buy after that, it goes and takes them further down into the funnel. So he has a whole sales process developed on that. Now, let's go on to the other side. And this is his other video chain, where his other videos lead to this one video, which is the best online business to start as a beginner in 2024, which is also a video sales letter towards another program, which is Agency Accelerator. So essentially in this video, people will learn about the business model of the agency, starting an agency in his way in 2024 or going into 2025. And they can watch this other video sales letter, which is highly produced and beautiful. I think this is the one where he rents like Land Rovers and stuff. And then from there, they could either go do a self-checkout and buy, which is this funnel here. And it also shows here where if they buy it, then done, cash collected. If not, cart abandoned, then they go into this other flow here where they're followed up with a product. I guess it's maybe an info pack or something like that. And then from that info pack, then they'll get either a cash collected where people sign up for it, or they're like, okay, I'm not so interested, maybe I'll book a call. And then they can book a call. They'll do the pre-call flow where their sales development rep goes in, talks to them, sends them another care package, and the call is closed. Now, that also happens if they go on the site and they're like, I want to know what this program is and also book a call. So there's this discovery call flow as well. So from here, there's also the flow where they see if this is a qualified candidate. If not, it ends right there. If it is, then they are back into another sales cycle. Now, there's also the cart abandon flow. Like if you add it to cart and then you decide not to buy, then you get sent to care package and just followed up with in this sales flow cycle. And eventually, if you do buy, cash collected. Otherwise, back in this sales flow cycle until eventually cash is collected. And cash collected eventually brings them to Agency Accelerator down here. Now, there's also this other part. This is another channel, Iman Gadzhi Extended. And Iman Gadzhi Extended is his channel for more agency, more business type stuff. So these people are already pretty much pre-vetted to be more business savvy, more willing to spend to grow their business. So from there, this takes them to more of a sales page in a quicker way. On the description, you can see that he links to download resources, which is the lead magnet, and to link to the page itself, like the Agency Accelerator sales page itself. And then if they are on this page, it's same as with the other flow, where if they're interested, they'll sign up for a call. And then here, the sales development rep gets the information or their information, and then they go through that sales process. If that sales process is good, then eventually it leads to the sale again. Now, there's also this side where some people download the resources, but they don't book a call. So this triggers another follow-up process for their sales funnel. And it goes into their CRM, whoever this is that downloads the resource. And then eventually this will follow up, does this thing, and then it gives a care package as well. If that converts, then there's cash collected, and then people are brought all the way down to here, Agency Accelerator, the program that he's selling. And then Agency Accelerator is to teach people how to start an agency, which we covered in one of the other videos. And then that also funnels to Flowzy. Flowzy is his software application that has a monthly recurring revenue for them because they have to pay a monthly rate to use this program. And if they are a student of Agency Accelerator, all of the things that they're learning from Agency Accelerator is much simplified when they're using Flowzy because that ties back into all the steps of running an agency that this tool addresses. So essentially, that is the funnel. Now, that's the social media side. On the other side as well, he's doing more lifestyle stuff. On the left side, you can see here that from these things, it leads to content on X. Now, content on X mentions here is self-development, motivation, quotes, and just aligning with his brand. And then he would occasionally do product placement things like hold the cans. And he doesn't say it here, but I'm sure also these glasses that he's selling too. And that leads them to, if they're interested, buying these drinks. And on the other side of this, there's the Iman Gadzhi Unscripted, which is the raw vlog channel that he has, which is also funneling towards another product too, the glasses, which is Gadzhi.com, I guess. And that is these glasses here. Now, I think these aren't as lucrative as the social media funnel that he has going now, but potentially if these get enough media attention and people seeing it and having familiarity with these brands, then potentially he can have big distribution with massive retailers around the world. So that's essentially it for the $100 million brand playbook that Iman Gadzhi has for his social media brand. Now, if you like this content, I'll be making a lot more of this, so subscribe for that. And if you want to work together, I'll be putting in a waitlist link down below. You could sign up for that there, and I'll see you in the next video.